Good morning, third graders. It is Thursday, April 16th. You have a Zoom session today with Miss Sorensen at 2 o'clock, so make sure you check your Zoom document for that link. And Miss Sorensen emailed your parents as well, so you have your link in two ways. I know she's excited to read with you today. All of your specials pages are here. And of course, if you have any questions, the e-learning Padlet. Make sure that you're completing your Words Their Way assignments. As I said yesterday, if you are done, you've done your practice with your different sorts, and you've done your blind sorts, and you've done your writing sorts, then you're welcome to turn in all. Today, I want you to complete 30 minutes of independent reading, and I also want you to try to include at least 10 minutes of poetry reading as part of your reading for today. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about how I've added an epic collection of poetry, so make sure you check that out. For the poetry lesson today, I'm going to be talking to you about onomatopoeia. Now, we've talked about that in the past, about how we use onomatopoeia to grab readers' attention in our personal narratives and when we were writing leads with our persuasive pieces. So you third graders have heard about onomatopoeia before, but you're going to get a little refresher in my video, and you're also going to be able to explore onomatopoeia poems by clicking on this link. So please make sure you're seeing how authors are using onomatopoeia in their poems. And of course, you're going to continue your poetry writing by adding an onomatopoeia to Seesaw and then reading it out loud. Here are the poetry websites for you to choose from, and then I also have a collection for you in Epic, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. The math lesson today is with Miss Luciano, and she's going to be talking about word problems that involve grams. So you've been doing a lot of work with kilograms and grams, and now you're going to be putting them into a real world setting with the word problems. Miss Luciano really breaks down the bar modeling strategy for you for this. So what we want you to do is we want you to spend 2 days on workbook pages 15 and 16. Why are we giving you 2 days for this? Because we really want to make sure that you're writing the bar models, because it's important for you to visualize the problem. Now, I know it's difficult for you guys to kind of figure out how to do bar modeling when you're doing it digitally, when you're copying the slides. And what I might suggest is that you print it out if you can, and then you draw the bar models and take a picture. Now, if you can't print it out, then maybe just write it on a piece of scrap paper. Label it number 1, 2, 3, 4. Put your bar model, put your word sentence and your number sentence, and maybe just take a picture of that and put it on the e-learning slideshow. Whatever way you do this work, please make sure you're including the 3 things that we always do: the bar model, the number sentence, and the word sentence. So that's why we're giving you 2 days to do this, because we really want you to do a great job for this work. For science today, you're going to complete your weather journal using the 2 weather websites, and you're going to be filling in the data for Thursday. The second thing you're going to be doing is doing a reading on Epic. So if you haven't logged into Epic yet, you're just going to click this link, and you're going to put the classroom code into this area here. Now, I think most of you have, but if you haven't, that's how you're going to go about doing it. And the code is included in my blog post right here: XDL6883. Now, once you're in there, you're going to see a little mailbox, and I'm going to show it to you. And in that little mailbox, you're going to see that there's been 2 collections shared with you. So let me go ahead and get you there. So here's what you see when you log in, and I am logged in as a guest, but you'll see your name here. But if you see this mailbox, it's got a little 2 here, and that's showing you that I have shared 2 new book collections with you. Here's the poetry one I was talking to you about earlier, and here's the weather one. Now you'll notice there's 22 books and 27 books, so it's going to track your progress over time. You do not need to read all of these today, but slowly kind of just chip away at it and complete it. Same with the weather. But specifically for science today, I want you to open up the weather one, and I want you to find the book Tracking the Weather. This is the book that I want you to read today. So you flip through, read it, enjoy it. It's a really fun book. It's got a lot of great visuals, okay? And then as you're reading, and I'm going to go back to our blog post just so I can show you the instructions. As you're reading, I want you to take notes. I want you to think what is important today about what you read. So here's what it says. Read carefully and take notes on new words or phrases, surprising facts, questions you still have, and wonderings. And these notes should be recorded in the science section of your e-learning slides. So what I'm going to be looking for is that you've completed your Thursday journal, that you've read Tracking the Weather, and that you've put some kind of notes into your science section about this reading. Fun fact for the day is that on this day in 1972, NASA launched Apollo 16 from Cape Canaveral. It was the fifth mission to land men on the moon and safely return them to Earth. And if you're interested in learning more about space, I want you to click on this NASA Kids Club. It is such a fun website, and you'll find all sorts of things there that you will be interested in. And as I said, you will not be disappointed. So for today, I need you to complete the words their way. Hand it in early if you need to. Write a poem using onomatopoeia and share it on Seesaw. Read some poetry from either those websites or the epic poetry collection I shared with you. You're going to do the math workbook pages. Remember, those are due Friday at the end of the day, Friday. So you have 2 days because you're doing bar modeling, number sentence, and word sentence. You're going to read from the Epic Weather Collection, and you're going to take notes in your science section of your slideshow on tracking the weather. You're going to fill in your journal for Thursday for the weather data. And if you want to, you're going to check out that NASA Kids Club. So third graders, if you have any other questions, you're going to make sure that you ask me on the e-learning Padlet. And if there's anything I can do, if we need to check in and Zoom with each other throughout the day, just let me know. Enjoy your time with Miss Sorensen at 2 o'clock and have a great Thursday. Bye, third graders.